other person, and they said she said the same thing her mommy said, like, why are you so clumsy? Don't do things for me. I don't like that. Okay, and the woman, like your daughter used to be very respectful, and she used to be a lady. All of a sudden, she's changing. She's turning into a wild person. So the woman just thought about the thing, and she got home and she said, the girl took off her shoes and left her. She was like, no. From today, we'll keep our shoes in the closet. The house help was coming to serve, and the woman said, no, she will help. They said you can't. People are not difficult because they want to be difficult, but it's because of some of the things that happen. Yes, and in dealing with people like this, I think what we can do is help them, like breaking the wall they've built around them. You talk to them, you build trust for them to be able to confide in you. In trusting you, they can tell you things they would not be able to tell anyone, and you help them to loosen up. Because they might be difficult because of some of the things I just said. So in my opinion, I feel like they are difficult, yes, but what are you doing to help them to be flexible, to be loose? It's not everybody that will like you, but sometimes they have their own issues they are dealing with. So I feel it's for you to help them to gain the trust, for them to trust you before you can conclude on anything that you want to.
Yeah, so mommy, just as you said, first you need to listen to them.
Yes.
You cannot find why they are being difficult or in that situation. It could even be that they are not difficult, but because we don't understand them. So first, listen out, get close, listen to the person. Why and what are you looking for? Why have you got into this situation? I mean, if you listen to the person, sometimes when the mere fact that you are even pouring out makes you fine. So if the person gets you as someone who will listen, or a listen person, and then the person pulls out, sometimes she or he will be fine. And also I think you also need to get back to the person time and time. This is what we discussed the other time. What did you go and do about it? Go send feedbacks. I mean, get back to them, follow up on them, and then also try to, I think when you document some of the things too, this is what we said, so that when he or she goes back, you remember this is what we arrived at our first meeting. So it becomes a guide towards that person. So first we should listen, give them feedbacks, and I think we should also document and then let them, I mean, come back to themselves, just as you said.
I'd like to say that when you have to deal with a difficult person, even if you know, don't ever approach the person with that mindset. It is the first key to dealing with people. Okay, so there's this friend who tell me, if you want to know this white person is a racist, and you think the person is, you would get it. Because it means that anything the person does, you direct it towards that negative thought you have for the person. So for church members, I believe that you've seen the person a couple of times. Approach the person like every other church member. Then look at what the person does. I mean, everyone has a negative side. Maybe theirs may be a bit extreme, but they also have very lovely sides and very soft spots. People who are difficult, I tell you, most of them are so
but the truth
sweet.
of the matter is everybody has a soft spot. So it's up to you to know where it is for you to touch it. Because I feel like we all have, there are things about me that you might not like. Okay, but there are things about my husband that I do not like. But he knows how to go about it. So when you get to know the person very well, you'll be able to...
Then you can keep stressing on that positive side, and then just ignore that negative one a bit. What everyone is talking about, probably this lady is a gossip. Don't approach that person that way. Look at that positive side that people may like. Then try to capitalize on it and keep talking about it. Before you know, someone who is always frowning will start smiling and will just love you. Then start sharing things with you. Then you get personal. Then you can start handling a few of the things. If it's beyond you, maybe you consult a higher person and still deal with the person and create that friendship.
Thank you.
And I think and I think that you need to know the group. Let me say group or category of person you are dealing with. of course, in other categories, you surely talk to them. But you need to know whether it's a baby Christian or a matured Christian. You know, at times people do things intentionally just to see how you would react. People come and talk to you about your husband in a negative way just to see how you would deal about it. As a woman of God, you must put things in their perspective when things happen. You know, when we were children, you do the wrong thing. Your mother beat you up, but tell you the reason why she's beating you. Then after you come and hug that person again and say, "Oh, it's good you told me A and B and C." So in as much as we are communicating to touch their soft spot, you must learn that what you have done is wrong. You should not be scared to say, "Hey, what if I say it and this is my small church, she should leave the church." No, but if he or she wants to leave, on the way of leaving, he or she would be grateful for that advice you give. So you also have to be firm on what is going on. It's like I'm pampering you, but I'm telling you the right thing to be done, so that next time you won't do it again. So as time goes on, the person just pick it up and you move the church and the work of God. Yeah, fair and firm at the same time.
Yes, I agree with Dr. Sefako completely. You see, 2 Timothy 3:16, it says that all scripture is given by inspiration of God and is profitable for correction, for rebuke, for instruction. So we correct the person in love. Okay, so you let the person know it's wrong. I think also that another thing that we must looking at your point of view, is I think that we should learn to lower our expectation of people. Sometimes I think that it's because of what you are expecting. You are expecting people to, you have some high standard. I'm not saying lower your standard, but I'm saying that lower your expectation of people. Okay. Because if people consistently, how do I say it? Beat your expectation or do not meet your expectation, you consistently get offended. So I think that sometimes you need to know that not everybody will behave this way. So you lower your expectation of people so that you don't get hurt often. Yeah.
The fact that the person is kind of being tagged as a difficult person, you know, sometimes I believe it's important that you study the person from afar, not just by getting closer to the person and speaking with the person. I quite remember there was a situation like that. I had this mate in SS who was really difficult in the class. So most people tagged her. And I realized she was crying one afternoon. I was like, what's wrong with you? And she just told me that she's thirsty, but she couldn't ask anyone that, oh, I want water. And during those days, water was a serious commodity. Nobody was willing to share because you just have a few sachets there that you have to manage. So I just went out of my way and took out my sachet of water and shared with her, and that was it. She just bonded with me. She opened up, and I realized that so you are not really this kind of person. So how come we've all tagged you that way? So sometimes it's just a matter of looking from afar and then trying to also study the person, and maybe through that you can be able to pinpoint something and then go the extra mile of getting to know the person more. Yeah.
Okay, so I was having this discussion with my husband on the scriptures. Yeah. When you look at Paul, even when Paul was in prison, he was writing all the things that he heard was going on in the church. He wrote to give remedies to it. He will pinpoint this, I heard this and this is happening. So I asked my husband, what were those in the church doing about the situation? It was really beating my mind. Then I was like, okay, so it looks like we are all at fault when there are issues. And we have to open our eyes to see what is happening around us and not let an outsider. Even Paul was in the prison when he was writing. I was really shocked. Then I realized that if you're a Christian, no matter where you are, you can see when there's a problem somewhere. So though we may not be close to leadership, or even as pastors where we are close to leadership, people who are far off could see things happening around us better than we do. So if they come and complain, you may have to learn how to handle all those situations, else it will go out of the church and people will start tagging your church to be somewhere when you have no idea what is happening. Yeah.
Yes, I just wanted to add up to what Mrs. Bannerman said, that you should be able to talk to the person and know the person. So I was going to say that we all come from different backgrounds and we have different ideologies. So then I might be behaving in a particular way. You think I'm difficult, but then I am actually not difficult. Yes. But because you come from a different background,
Don't understand.
you don't understand me. But then if we get close to know each other and then we get talking, you realize that, okay, maybe I never used fork and knife to eat, so I behave in a particular way. And then you used cutlery and you are also behaving in a different way. So we have to come to a path. Then we can, even that we can help each other. And then, we don't really see the difficult aspects of the person. But then, we are able to flow together and then we get moving. So that's how I.
Okay, so thank you for having us. We are done for today. Before we sign out, I would want to say a big thank you to each and every one of us. The crew, my husband, and all the pastors. I want to say a big thank you to all of you. My outfit is from FN Trends, and our makeup is by Anel Palo and MS Pro Accessory. God bless you all for staying tuned. Please see you same time next week. Bye.
A very big God, yo. A very big God, yo. So big,
baby, careful, Ingbo Mamiete. Hi, my name is Kafui Danku. Being a mother is such a joy, but it could be hectic if your baby's comfort is compromised. That is why in the midst of uncertainties, I always make sure I have the right diaper. Diaper that helps manage my day and night. Super absorbent. Over 10 hours of protection. Super slim to carry around and also light on the pocket. Royal Monopoly Baby Diaper is the magical comfort. Royal Monopoly Baby Diaper. Extra dry and comfortable. The smart choice for your royal baby. Baby, careful, Ingbo Mamiete.